things regarding real estate. See, whether you like it or not, sometimes if you invest from a place of knowledge, it changes the game. It changes the game entirely. In fact, it changes the direction to which you invest. Welcome back to my live section again. Today we are going to be talking about so many things, but basically, we are going to talk about the 4 ways on how real estate can influence your life, the 4 ways you can use to invest in real estate fully and definitely help you grow your wealth. So, we are also going to talk about how, for example, we're going to talk about situations where people have mistook or, for example, lost so many money in the process of investment because of lack of knowledge. And we're going to talk about it today. So these 4 ways on how to create and preserve your wealth. So it's beyond coming to buy or come and invest in this location. It is a whole strategy on how Abuja real estate should be. Because if you are buying from the place of I want to buy and make money, or I want to buy for some flimsy reason, you will definitely buy the property not suitable for you. All right. So the 4 lessons or the 4 reasons you should buy real estate. That is one of the things I'm going to dwell on in today's life. So if you are jumping on this live, I would like that you like the video. If you are seeing me for the very first time, my name is Esther, and I help you buy safe and profitable real estate in Abuja. But most especially in today's video, I'm going to be focusing on the real reason why you should actually invest. Not that's what you're thinking about. So I'll explain it to you so that the next investment you're going to make, you are sure that you have clarity of mind. So yeah, so you can go ahead and share this video. You can also go ahead to like it. It doesn't cost so much. It just helps that this video reaches to so many people who needs to see it and watch it. So let me know also where you are watching us or watching me from. I'd like to know. Okay, thank you for people who have trusted me over a period of years and are still trusting me. So that's why I'm always doing this video live videos to bring the reality of real estate to your face. So yeah, let's dive right into it. Like I said, this is way beyond or far beyond you investing in this location or in this location or with this price. Today's live section is going to focus on the reasons you should actually invest. So it's not about I'm investing in Abuja or I'm investing in Lagos. What are the core reasons? And these 4 core reasons, I'm going to explain it to you. So I bet you should literally sit down so you can get these 4 reasons. And it's obvious that it's not just about the property I'm going to tell you to invest in. No, far from it. I'm going to go right to the foundations on how actually people misplace priorities when it comes to investment. Okay, so when people say, I want to invest in real estate, what exactly do they mean? Do they actually mean buying of house or flipping the property? Flipping meaning you buy, then hold on to a period of time, then sell it. That is what flipping means. Or you want to buy or invest in real estate because you want to generate cash flow, or you want to rent an apartment, or you're looking to build a house, or you are looking to also leave an inheritance for people coming after you. So, which of these reasons is yours? Just type it in the comment section and let us know what are the reasons why you sincerely look out to invest. Okay, so after you've answered that question, the next thing I'm going to talk about is land is not wealth. Land alone, it's not wealth. Knowledge is. Here's an example. Sometimes 2 people can buy property on the same road, in the same location. One person makes money off that property, another person loses money every other time. So you see that the land in question is not the problem. The problem is the ability for you to find out ways on how that money can make money for you. You see? So Understanding these makes and changes. You see how simple in quotes this thing I just said is actually deeper than it is. The problem is not your investment. It's not you buying this location, buying this location, buying this location. At the end of the buying, what should those properties do for you? Because when you buy with clarity of mind, like I said, it changes a whole lot of things. Um, so like I said, if you also have reasons why you want to invest in real estate, let us drop it. Let's analyze it together. The next lesson I would like to also share with you. The first lesson is land is not the first lesson is land is not wealth, knowledge is. Whilst the second lesson we're going to talk about is most people think Abuja grows because people buy land from Abuja. So you see how people say, oh, the reason why people buying land. Far from it, very far from it. In fact, the more you buy, the better for you, because the system of Abuja real estate has been created long ago. And so far, it has been following this means or this plan to ensure that it is materialized. Like it ensures that this plan, this master plan, comes to limelight. So whether you invest now or later is inconsequential. Abuja grows because of so many factors which I'm going to list out to you. First is what we know and call as infrastructure. So this infrastructure, what does it mean? Infrastructure is, let's say, roads. For example, if you are buying from an estate, you ensure that the estate provides you with so many amenities that can make the estate great. If you watched my yesterday's life, you understand how I talked about a property and why the property is valued highly. So infrastructure in an estate is the same thing with infrastructure in Abuja. So the government maps out budgets every year on how infrastructure should be moved into different locations. And to most of this infrastructure follow suit. For example, roads. A clear example is today, I went to one of the known markets in Abuja, Karimo Market. And the last time I went there, the roads were so bad. Like the roads were terribly bad. Terribly bad. Like I can't imagine. Like after then, I didn't go there again because of how bad the road was. Funnily again, I had a reason to go to the market today. And to my greatest amazement, I saw the road. It's very sweet. I was shouting as I was driving, like, this is good. So imagine what happens when the internal access roads in a location is being worked on. It facilitates and makes that the value of the location grows. So that is one factor that makes Abuja grow, not just you investing or buying land from it. Okay, the next thing also is the rules, like I said. The next one is the government offices and the government parastatals. It constantly helps that, like I said, if someone who understands security or understands serenity, quietness in a location comes to a location, definitely the person or the body wants to start rotating or changing how the location looks. I want to use a clear example, but the location I want to call, not everybody would know about it. So let's paint a picture on how, for example, a location is very noisy, lousy, and you want that location to become quiet. What do? There are some things that is making the place lousy and noisy. You start turning it to something that will make, even when you step into the location, you behave in a certain manner. There are some locations you enter because of how that location you will naturally become lousy, even if you're not, because of how the location looks or how it is. So government presence changes a whole lot. Commercial activities. Now people set up restaurants, set up hotels, set up schools. So it constantly brings that there's development in the state. And we talk about population, people constantly are trooping to Abuja. It also increases the value of the place. Employment. So we have a lot of government parastatals here. In fact, most of the government parastatals have their headquarters here in Abuja. So it means that a lot of people constantly troop to this location for work. Okay, and it helps that the place is increasing in value. Let's talk about schools, hospitals, and so much more. So based on these factors I listed, the property, the location called Abuja in this case would definitely increase in value. Okay, if it wasn't for the population, it could be for the hospitals. If it wasn't for the hospitals, it could be for the universities. People will travel all the way to just come school here. All these factors enables the location here in Abuja to appreciate not just you buying land from here. Like I said, when you buy land, you are adding value to yourself because the system here in Abuja has been in such a way that the 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 state or Abuja in question will grow. All right, there are systems that have been laid out to ensure that the system grows. So anybody in the seat of power, in this case the minister, whenever anybody leaves and another person comes, there's already a template for you to work with. It helps that the system grows and people would love to definitely invest here. Okay, so the next lesson I'm going to talk about is not never buy property because everyone is buying. Yes, that is the sole aim of this video. I'm sure that's one of the pointers or explanations to buttress home the point I'm trying to make. Never buy because everybody is buying. It's better you have an understanding, know why you want to buy, then go ahead and buy. Then if you're even buying one because everybody's buying, having an understanding of this, then moving to where people it makes a whole lot of difference because someone who doesn't have the need or the reason why he or she is buying, two of you can buy in a place and one land is making more money than the other because one person understands purpose, understands why he or she bought. It changes the game. And like I said in the other earlier on as I was sharing this video. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Don't forget to let's thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I appreciate Excellent. Okay, the next thing I'm going to talk about, the next lesson is there are only 4 reasons. Here's where I'm going to dwell for some minutes before I end this live session. 4 reasons people should buy. 4 reasons you should invest in any place, not just Abuja. If you're looking to invest, base tight around these 4 reasons. It will to definitely change the game for you. So the first one is to preserve wealth. Okay. The second one is to grow your wealth. The third one is to generate income. And the last one is to transfer wealth. Everything I'm going to talk about from now on will revolve around this point. Like I said, if you buy with this one or two or many of these points, or your reasons are tied around these 4 major points, it changes the game for you. And that is what I'm trying to instill in us as we are watching this video. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to dwell on is sorry for that break in transmission. Okay, so to preserve wealth, what does it mean for someone to preserve your wealth? See, this explanation, not everyone may understand it. I believe knowledge is progressive. Sometimes people hear something and they don't understand it, so the lesson passes. But maybe next one year you hear that thing and it makes more sense to you because you are ready, you are in the right frame of mind, you are in the situation. Okay, so what does preserving wealth mean? If you're someone who is constantly making money, I think you should start paying attention to preserving your wealth because money flows to where value is. If there's a system where your money understands preservation, it will constantly yield back to you. So real estate protects the value of your money. Okay, so would you rather keep 50 million naira in the bank for the next 10 years or own property worth 50 million naira? Let me know in the comment section. What would you do rather? Putting 50 million naira in the bank and or owning property worth 50 million naira? Which one would you go with? Which one would you rather do? Okay, let's hear that because sometimes these questions we ask helps us clarify what we've known about money. If you check the study of real estate and money, you see that it is intertwined. Okay, like I said, sometimes people have money, but they don't know how to grow that money. Another person has the wisdom, but it feels like he doesn't even have the money. All right, imagine it now switches hands. So understand that preservation of wealth comes from you, even when it comes to you, even when you are not making money, even when you've not made your 1 million, because it helps that this money that is coming, at some point, it should be in such a way that it doesn't leave you. Let me give a clear example. One person owns a company and you see that his company does a lot of things circulating around him. So, for example, let's use Dangote. So, Dangote has salt, cement, petroleum, um, salt, a lot of things that he's doing for daily living. You see that everything is intertwined. He doesn't want a situation where he's he's bringing out or ensuring that salt is manufactured and his truck, he doesn't have a truck to move it, to transport it from one place to another. His work in producing salt will be frustrated because the outcome to delivering this to homes will be restricted. Imagine you having to wait for someone who is moving truck because the person does not understand your business idea. So he ensures that he has every arm of his production. He produces it, he ensures that anybody who delivers it is also under him, like his company. So there is no hiccups, there is no stress, there's no blockage in him producing something and it getting to people that he produced it for. So that is you preserving wealth. As much as the wealth is circulating, it's also helping you get more. All right. Like I said, sometimes when you hear things, it makes sense when you are at that phase of understanding. So it's necessary that as we are doing business, think of ways to ensure that the money is preserved around you. As much as the money is preserved, the input is that the stress. Okay, let me give an example based on real estate. As a realtor or someone who also develops property, you see that a company owns land and it doesn't just end there. You know that they have a construction arm. Why is that? Why are they doing that? It's so that the dependence of another construction company handling their project can can be limited. It's necessary that if all is under one, it helps that your work or your vision concerning that project is delivered efficiently without stress. All right. So that is one way money is preserved. Okay. So an example is someone who bought a land around Airport Road years ago. The person didn't just, in fact, those people bought maybe when there was just single lane. Now there is literally like 5 lane road. What did the person do? The person literally saw into the future, or maybe because of projections, bought in a place that literally was just one single lane, and by the sides were bush. But the person went ahead to buy, bought the right property, and 10 years down the line, the property is premium because the person understands that preservation of wealth for that person at the time is singular and the eye is focused. Okay, so while inflation will literally want to swallow up the money you build up over a period of time, real estate is one way or one means that you can preserve your wealth. So if someone gave you 30 million naira or you've just gathered 30 million naira for yourself today, Would you keep it in your saving account? If yes, let us know why. And would you want to own an appreciating asset? That's one of the ways you think about real estate. The second way on how to the second way on how to own real estate the right way. The first way is preservation of wealth. The second way is growing wealth. So, what does growing of wealth mean? Preserving wealth means protecting what you already have. That's all I just explained. And now, growing it is now, after protecting it, how do I increase it? All right. One time I was discussing with someone and we were talking about how to start growing wealth, because apart from you gathering it, getting more of it, how do you ensure that this money grows? And you have to pay attention and do your maths properly, because also you don't want a situation where after trying to grow the wealth you lose everything. That one is it's not nice. It's not a good deal. So you have to also do your due diligence properly, so that in the process of you getting it, there's a different arms that grows in. One of the ways that you can grow wealth when it comes to real estate is what we call apartments. Yes, the first set of you setting it up can be capital intensive, but in the long run, what happens is that it starts bringing money to you. So that capital intensive you've saved over a period of time, you can now put it in something that eventually starts yielding more for you. Right? The story in the Bible that talks about the talent. So some people, some were given one, others three, others five, based on their capacity. So if you've shown capacity in different areas of your life, definitely you will know that whatever it is you have in your hand, you should think about truth on it. So let's run quickly. So an example to explain this further is some people dismiss locations that are upcoming, all right, because simply because they feel that this place is inside, is in the bush, nothing is happening there. So today, many of those locations have experienced significant appreciation because infrastructure and development follow. So the investor who studied the direction of the growth projection in this area will definitely win. And that's why I said when I started that two people can buy in the same location, but that one person makes money off the location. Okay, so understanding makes a whole lot of difference. The third one is let's run. Whoa, is to generate income. Now that you've grown it, so how do you generate the money? So the money now starts paying you. So through, like I said, rental income or rental apartments, commercial properties. A lot of people have hotels, plazas, things that will constantly bring money to them. All right, generating income. So this income can definitely now pay others. Okay, pay others and now generate income for something else, another project. Okay, so we also have office spaces. People own that and should let it to people or rent it out or give it out so that people can constantly pay them. This is a literal example of you are sleeping and your work or what you have is making money for you. All right. I visited play a place, forgotten, Farm City. Great. So there are a lot of games there. And when I went there, what was going through my head, like, hi, this was a capital intensive project, one. But now every other minute, people are working in paying for either of the games there. A lot of games were there, both adults and kids. So this kind of project or this kind of business is a business that will constantly generates income that you can now put and grow something else. And the last one is transferring wealth. That's one way you should think about real estate or investments generally. Transferring wealth. This is one that people actually overlook, but some actually pay attention to it. So people don't just invest because of them alone. They now think of their kids, they think of um people coming after them. So pay attention to that. I would always share this story on how my father built um how many rooms and leased it out, rented it out to students in our location. And what came to his mind then, he divided it into us, the children. Okay, you have this portion, you have this portion, you have this portion. All right. Today, my father is dead and gone. and this place keeps bringing money to the family. Do you understand? So you now think beyond you. You know that, okay, I think I'm good. So what can I set up a system or set up something, a structure, or build something or start something that eventually I'll finish eating, or I may not even eat it, but people coming after me will definitely enjoy and get blessed from it. So imagine buying a land today in a developing district for your children. Okay, so like I said, a lot of people who have reached out to or already have this mindset. They think of, oh, retiring back home. They think of a situation where their kids come back to Nigeria, visit Nigeria. They want a place that is suitable for them. So it's not just about you any longer. It's about the people after you. So this is how I'll wrap up this section. All right. Like I said, the sole aim of this content or this live video is to help you understand ways on how you can invest. Don't just invest in linear understanding. Invest with these 4 points I mentioned, and it will help make a whole lot of sense. You that properties or those properties you are investing will help you answer these questions eventually. Okay, so if you found value in this video, don't forget to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and see you soon for another live session. Bye.